It's time to battle it out in the real arena. This episode is brought to you by Boxes from Mama. They offer blind movie boxes and disc nooks for your physical media shelves. Check them out now. I'm your host, Mr. Snidbits. The Real Arena is a movie game show where 3 contestants battle it out with their movie knowledge to see who is the ultimate movie champion. 3 rounds, high score wins. Before the show, we randomly selected 3 movie-related games. So the first game we're going to be playing tonight is Still Frames. We've gone over the rules with the contestants before we get to the game so that we don't have to do it here. And we are going to go right to the first still right now. Name that movie. Wow. Mike.
Spy Kids 3D Game Over.
Nice guess, but that is incorrect. Any other guesses? Dan.
Is this Sonic the Hedgehog?
Incorrect. Any other answers? All right. No other answers. We're going to move on. The answer to that one was Speed Racer.
Oh,
Next frame. Janine.
Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Good guess, but incorrect. Anyone else? Mike.
Jesus Christ Superstar.
Incorrect. I do like where your head was at, though. Any other answers? Dan.
I'm going to guess Life of Brian.
Great guess, incorrect. Any other guesses?
It's some crazy frames, man.
They are
It's the
challenging.
lightning
That's
that's
for
getting me.
sure.
The lightning. I don't remember any crucifixion scenes with the lightning involved.
Right?
To be fair. All right. So no other guesses. This one was Demon Knight. Tales from the Crypt, Demon Knight.
Okay.
Moving on to the next frame.
Oh.
Dan.
War of the Worlds, Steven Spielberg version.
Incorrect. Another guess? Janine.
Enemy?
Enemy is correct. 5 points goes to Janine. All right, the next frame.
Oh.
Dan.
Starship Troopers.
That is correct. Starship Troopers. All right, to the next frame. Dan.
This is Deus Ex Machina.
Ex Machina is correct.
That's a Deus, but yeah, it's Ex Machina.
All right. Next frame. Janine.
Scrooged.
Scrooged is correct. All right, go into the next frame.
Oh, love it.
Janine.
Avengers Endgame?
Avengers Endgame is correct. That is Hawkeye. And we're going to go ahead and move on to the next frame. Janine.
Oh my gosh. I forgot what it was called. Oh my god. I forgot the name of the movie.
You do have time to choose, but you will be...
What's it called?
3, 2,
Oh no!
1.
Oh no!
All right, so next, Mike.
In a Violent Nature.
In a Violent Nature is correct. Good job. Okay, we're going to move on to the next frame. Janine.
Aaron Brockovich?
Aaron Brockovich is right. Good job.
Wow.
All
That's
right.
impressive.
I had to
It
redeem
is,
myself.
right? All right, moving to the next frame. Dan.
Batman.
Batman is correct. And what do we stand right now? We've got 20 to Janine, we've got 5 points to Mike, and we've got 15 to Dan. Close game still. We're moving on to the next frame. We got 10 seconds. Dan.
American Graffiti.
No, but that's a really good guess. Anybody else? All right, that is time for that frame. So we are going to move on to the next frame. The answer to that one was Dazed and Confused.
Okay.
Janine.
Willard?
Incorrect.
I thought that too, Janine.
Dan.
The Green Mile.
The Green Mile is correct.
Yeah. The floor's green. That gives it away.
Right. I'm moving on to the next frame. Mike.
Jack the Giant Slayer.
That is incorrect. Oh, we got Janine before the buzzer. What do you got, Janine?
Blade 2049?
No,
Blade
that is
Runner,
incorrect. Good guess, but no, that is incorrect. For this one, it was The Green Knight. Dev Patel's The Green Knight.
I didn't see that.
All
one.
right.
Yeah, me neither.
So we should have a couple of more here. So next frame.
That's Ted Raimi.
I know.
Dan.
Is this Spider-Man?
That is incorrect. Mike.
Is it Spider-Man 2?
That is incorrect. Dan.
The Dark Man?
Darkman is correct. Great job. All right, we're going to move on to the next frame. Janine.
Dick Tracy?
Dick Tracy is correct. And with that, I think we have one more. Dan.
Eraserhead.
Eraserhead is correct. And that concludes our first round. We came in under time. Great job, guys. Right now, it looks like Janine is at 25 points. We've got Mike at 5 points and Dan at 30. So Dan is in the lead with 30 points. Great job on round one. We're going to move over to our main wall and talk to our contestants and find out who they are and why they're so into movies. Mike, I know you're a content creator on TikTok and many other platforms. Tell us a little bit about what you do, where to find you, and why you love movies so much.
Yeah, so I am Cinema Singularity on TikTok and YouTube. Just Mike Bedard on Instagram. I made that for all the movie stuff. But I just love movies. I've always just enjoyed watching films and television and just talking about it. It always felt just always something I loved diving into and wanting to analyze and explore with other people. So I just started posting about it, and people seem to have liked it. So I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, I know you have quite the following. I think it's at least a few 100,000. So you're doing pretty darn well over there. All right, Dan, you also are a content creator on TikTok. I think most of the people I invited on this show are content creators for movies one way or another. Again, same thing. Tell us about what you do, where to find you, and why you love film.
Yeah, I'm Dan Watches Movies on TikTok and YouTube and Instagram. And I mostly post, I do stuff like this, trivia. I read off of cards of trivia games I find at thrift stores. And then I just do also movie reviews and that kind of stuff. My love of film, I think, really comes from my childhood and growing up in the 80s. And there were so many great films as a kid. I just loved going to the theater. I loved watching movies every weekend. My father also loved movies quite a bit, so we would watch movies together. And yeah, that's basically it. Just my whole life, I've loved movies and I love talking about them. So this is right up my alley.
That's awesome. And thank you for being a contestant to both of you. Janine, you and I already know each other well. You're a host of The Real Study as well as several other podcasts. Same question to you. Where can people find you? What do you do? And why do you love film?
You can find me at Janine Devine on all social media places. I host a couple movie podcasts, one called Morgan Hasn't Seen, where I introduce my co-host to movies he hasn't seen, and a classic films podcast called It's a Wonderful Podcast, where we give love to classic movies. I just grew up watching film, and I have always been a creative person, so I've loved that film storytelling. I love discussing films, competed in movie trivia for several years, so it's just a huge passion.
I love it. I love it. I appreciate all of you telling us who you are and where to find you. If you want to follow these creators, please go do so. Also, I am Mr. Snippets, the host of The Real Study, and of course, that is the sister show to The Real Arena, so please go over there and give us a follow as well. That said, there is a prize at the end of the show this evening, so whoever gets the top score will get a free Boxes from Mama secret movie box, or blind movie box is what they call them. Boxes from Mama is our sponsor, and so they are going to be giving that away to the winner, so we're looking forward to that. But since we are, of course, on a time crunch and we want to get back to the games, we are going to do that now. All right, we're going to do Focus on the Scene, and here is the first clip. Answer the question that follows the clip.
I've seen things you people wouldn't believe.
All right, the question is, what letters are on the board behind Rutger Hauer? Janine.
It was hard to see the first one. I thought it was kind of cut off, but I'm going to guess TBR.
That is incorrect. Any other guesses? No other guesses. All right. The initials on the back were TDK, the cassette company from the 80s. All right. We're going to move to the next scene.
Can you fly this plane and land it?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
All right. How many lights are illuminated behind Leslie Nielsen? Janine.
3.
3 is correct. All right. Moving to the third clip. All right, the question is, what is the maximum number of helicopters that are seen in this scene? Mike.
8.
It is incorrect. Anybody else? Dan.
9.
9 is correct. There are a total of 9 helicopters in the opening sequence. All right, next scene. All right. The question is, at what speed does Doc Brown release the brake? Mike, please go ahead.
65.
65 is correct. 65 miles per hour is when they release the brake.
You should have asked how many layers of clothes Marty was wearing.
That's a very good question.
Got like 10 shirts on and a vest, and a jacket.
And a vest, a life jacket, a life preserver, if you will. Yeah. All right. Next scene.
At your age, you're going to be having a lot of urges. You're going to want to take off your clothes and touch each other. But if you do touch each other, you will get chlamydia and die.
Coach Carr.
Katie Heron, I want to see you in the principal's office.
All right. The question is, what are the 2 STDs written on the board? Dan.
Herpes and gonorrhea.
That is correct. Herpes and gonorrhea is correct. All right. Moving to the next scene. All right. The question is, what color are the lamps at the bedside tables? Janine.
White?
White is correct. That is correct. Both lamps are white. All right. I think we have another one here.
So what happened after he climbed up the tower and rescued her?
She rescues him right back.
All right. The question is, what style of earrings is Julia Roberts wearing in the scene? Janine.
Pearl drop.
Pearl is
earrings?
correct. Pearl is absolutely correct. All right. I think there's one more.
Give me the gun, David. David, if you kill him, he will win.
Oh, God!
The question is, how many Band-Aids does Brad Pitt have on his face? Janine.
3.
3 is correct. Janine is sweeping through these scene games. This is pretty great seeing these competition. All right, so one more.
You're all clear, kid. Now let's blow this thing and go home.
And the question is, how many people were standing to the right of C-3PO? Mike.
2?
2 is correct. Good job, Mike. All right. And I think
he turns to
we
me
do have one more.
and he says, "Why so serious?" He comes at me with the knife. "Why so serious?" He sticks the blade in my mouth. Let's put a smile on that face.
How many times does the Joker say, "Why so serious"? Dan.
Twice?
Twice is correct. And of course, it's normally 3 times, but I thought I would try to fool people. That didn't work. All right. I believe that is Focus on the Scene. So it looks like Janine is now tied with Dan at 40 points each. We've got Mike at 15. This is still anybody's game because there are a lot of points to be had in our final game, which is the grid game. So we're going to move on to the grid. This is quite simple. As you can see, there's a grid in front of you. There will be 3 clues at the top and 3 clues down the column, if you will, on the left side. The corresponding clues together should help you find out what movie is what, and the points are what you gain from them. The harder the movie, the more points. So the 10s are going to be harder. All right, we're going to move into giving the clues. Here we go. Bill Murray, Samuel Jackson, 1986, Sigourney Weaver, crime drama, and Gina Davis. And no need for a buzzer on this one, Dan, but since you did the buzzer, we'll let you go ahead and go first. Go ahead.
I'll take, for Samuel Jackson and Gina Davis, The Long Kiss Goodnight.
The Long Kiss Goodnight is correct. That is correct. All right, and so we're going to go in the order, and since Dan buzzed in first, and I think that's almost a great way to see who goes first. Mike, you would be next.
All right. I'll do Sigourney Weaver, 1986. Aliens.
Aliens is correct. That is correct. All right. So Janine.
I guess I'll go with Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver.
Okay.
Ghostbusters.
That is also correct. So knocking out the easy ones right away. Dan, back to you.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with 1986 Gina Davis, The Fly.
The Fly is correct. That is The Fly. All right, back to you, Dan, or Mike. My apologies.
Shoot. What's the movies?
We got 5 seconds. All right, moving on. Janine?
Samuel Jackson, crime drama, Pulp Fiction.
That is incorrect. Incorrect. Dan?
Samuel Jackson, crime drama, Jackie Brown.
Incorrect. Mike?
Samuel Jackson, crime drama. What was that movie called? Snakes on a Plane? That involves crime.
Incorrect.
Right?
I like the guess, but yeah, no to Snakes on a Plane.
Snakes on a Plane is a crime. Like, you can't do that.
It is a crime. It is a crime.
Ooh. Samuel Jackson, crime drama, or Shaft.
Incorrect. Dan?
I thought about that movie. Oh, geez, this is tough. These are really tough ones.
They are.
Samuel Jackson, he was in so many crime dramas.
Right?
He's been in many. Okay, no, let's shift. Let's shift to Bill Murray, crime drama. That feels like it should be easy. I don't think he did a lot of those.
Right?
But I can't think of any. Jeez.
You're not wrong.
Bill Murray, crime drama. Rushmore. That's not a crime drama, but that's the only thing I can think of.
That is incorrect. All right, to you, Mike.
Okay. Bill Murray, Gina Davis.
Okay.
I finally remember this one. Quick Change.
That is correct. Quick Change is correct for 10 points.
I was trying to think of that because I knew the movie. I couldn't think of the name.
Nice. I actually thought nobody was going to get that one. So great job, Mike. I appreciate that. Janine, to you.
Ooh. Samuel L. Jackson. Crime drama.
3 seconds. All right, Dan, to you.
I'm going to guess for Bill Murray, crime drama, I'm going to guess St. Vincent.
Incorrect, but a good guess.
I don't know what that's about, actually.
All right, to you, Mike.
I don't know if this will work. 1986 crime drama, Blue Velvet.
Blue Velvet is correct. How did you get that? That is solid, sir.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot of vagary in those clues. So, all right, on to you, Janine.
Ooh.
This is a close game.
I know. Samuel Jackson, crime drama. I feel like that should be like the easiest one.
Remember, I like to mess with people.
I know you do.
And that is time. I hit it a little late, so that is time. All right, Dan.
I'll say Samuel L. Jackson, crime drama, The Negotiator.
Good guess, incorrect. How about you, Mike?
Samuel L. Jackson, Sigourney Weaver. Unless I'm, no, he wasn't. I thought maybe he was in Galaxy Quest, but I don't think he is. Galaxy
4
Quest.
seconds. Incorrect. Good to guess, though. All right, Janine, back to you.
Ugh. Samuel Jackson, crime drama. I don't Do the Right Thing.
Incorrect. All right, to you, Dan.
Samuel L. Jackson, crime drama. Man.
5 seconds.
Revenge of the Sith.
Incorrect. I do like that. There's a bit of crime drama in there, right?
He's done way too many movies. Oh my God.
Yeah, he's got 100 plus. Like he's 150 or something. Yeah. Mike, to you, sir.
Okay, I think I got it. Samuel L. Jackson, crime drama, Shaft.
That is incorrect. Janine, to you. Still anybody's game.
I'm blanking.
All right. To you, Dan.
I'm going to guess for Sigourney Weaver and Samuel L. Jackson, Gorillas in the Mist.
Incorrect. Moving to Mike.
Crap.
2 seconds. All right. Janine, to you. 5 seconds.
The Samuel Jackson crime drama.
Dan, to you, sir.
It's the John Grisham one. Samuel Jackson crime drama. I don't remember what it's called.
5 seconds.
God, I wish they burned in hell.
Oh my God.
Mike, to you, sir.
Okay. I don't think it's this because it's maybe too small of a movie, but Bill Murray, crime drama. Riff Raff?
Incorrect, but I do like where your brain's at. I like that. It's a good new movie. All right, Janine.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, Dan, if this is right, but Samuel Jackson crime drama, A Time to Kill.
Incorrect. Incorrect. There's just a little over a minute left in the game, so Dan, to you.
Okay, let's go. Bill Murray crime drama. Lost in Translation. I'm just trying to name it.
Incorrect. All right, good guess. Incorrect. All right, Mike, to you, sir.
Bill Murray crime drama. The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Incorrect.
Now we're just guessing Bill Murray movies.
Hey, you'll get there sooner or later, right? All right, 40 seconds left in the game. Janine, to you.
Oh, Samuel Jackson, Sigourney Weaver. What have they done together?
5 seconds. All right, Dan, to you. 20 seconds left in the game.
Bill Murray crime drama, Monuments Men.
Incorrect. Mike, to you.
Samuel Jackson crime drama. Jurassic Park.
Incorrect. All right, so that is the end of the round, which technically means our winner for today is Dan. Congratulations, Dan. Great job. That was an extremely close game, but I'm not going to leave you guys hanging, not knowing what these are, so we'll go through them real quick. The Samuel L. Jackson Sigourney Weaver movie is Vantage Point from 2008. Okay. Neither of them are on screen together at all, but they're both in it. The other one, Sam Jackson crime drama. This is Goodfellas.
Oh, yeah.
He's in it for just a minute.
Yeah.
He plays a truck driver.
Yeah.
Finally, the Bill Murray crime drama movie is Mad Dog and Glory with Uma Thurman and Robert De Niro. And it is quite the crime drama. So, all right. That is the Film Grid. And this has been The Real Arena. Again, sponsored by Boxes from Mama. And Dan, you will be getting a blind movie box for your win tonight. Congratulations on being the new champion for The Real Arena. And of course, we will have you come back and battle everyone else to see if you can maintain that championship. So, all right, congratulations. And thank you, contestants, for being here. And we'll see you guys next time.